Hello people, how's it doing today? Today I just want to talk about it. The guards were basically, it's not really about corruption. As I'm going to say this very clear, it's not the mayor men, as I would call it. It's not the people out in beat in the patrol cars that's doing corruption, who's corrupt. It's the boys at the top, the Garda commissioner, people like the superintendents, sergeants, the rest of that. Not the boys who are just walking around protecting, earning a decent wage, trying to provide for their family. And I just want to talk about the lack of respect, I suppose, for these men who go through hardships. It's hard being a guard, believe me. Because sadly, we have one or two guards that, in this county and in the neighbouring county, Monaghan too, I know that I'm really retired from the guards because we're fed up because I'm stress under them. As we know, Morris Piquet was in Bayabor Garda District, which is in Cavan where I am. Not in Bayabor, but in Cavan. And it's not the only guards, as I'm saying. It's not the rank and fire guards that we call them. It's not the only guards that's under the high pay, That's what I'm trying to get. Like, they go through a huge amount of abuse on a Saturday night. You hear them be called pigs and everything by young people. And they have no respect. That's why, like, they're trying to enforce the law. Only for the guards, I'm going to put this out here. Only for the guards, we would not be able to walk the streets. Only for the guards, I would not be able to be speaking here now. I know some of them might be corrupt. But there's generally 1 out of 1,000 may be corrupt. And bad and want to the core. But I would not be able to be here now. Somebody could just come in. If there was no guards in this country, somebody could just come in that door over there and shoot me 3 times in the head. And then there wouldn't be no law in this country. And we would not be able to walk the street. We'd be not able even to go outside the door because we'd be killed. And there'd be drugs everywhere and everything like that. Only for the guards. Like, we have to, I'm being very serious here. Only for the guards. We have to give them huge credit. Because only for them, we would not have a kind of peace for all, let's put it that way, but at least the law is being a tiny bit upheld in this country. And we have to give thanks that we're able to walk the streets and we're able to do day-to-day lives without having to worry about being shot or being stabbed or killed. Because of these guards who go around patrolling and doing foot patrols. And in return, the young people involved and give them a huge amount of abuse. And I just want to say to people, if you see a guard, say hello officer, how are you? If it's an only guard, if it's a high up guard, don't bother listening. That's the thing. Like, every time I see an only guard, I'm always like, officer. I'm always like, thank you for your service to this country. Like, that's the way I kind of go. I know it might sound pretty weird, but that's the way I do it with only officers. I don't do it with superintendents or sergeants or anything like that. It's always with only officers. And that's what I'm talking about. Because it's not the high officers who's sitting down in the big fat houses doing nothing and getting a paycheck. It's the people who are out patrolling, keeping us safe, protecting our communities, protecting our old people, keeping the peace. And as I said, there could be 1 out of 1,000 who could be corrupt. But only for the guards we would not have our country the way it is. And peaceful and quiet. So far, anyway. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more. I just wanted to clear that up. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more and bye.